Let's cut straight to the chase. Kai Cenat didn't just show up on the streaming scene, he blazed onto it like a wildfire, turning the platform into his personal stage. And you know what? He didn't need years of build-up or some grandiose plan. He needed one thing, attention. But not just any attention. Kai was laser-focused on grabbing it, keeping it, and owning it. He turned his personality into a weapon so sharp, it carved him a place at the top of the streaming world. So how did he do it? Let's break it down piece by piece. At first glance, he might seem like just another face in the crowd of streamers vying for your eyeballs. But that would be like calling a Formula 1 car just another vehicle. It's easy to forget, but streaming is a crowded space. We've got the big names, the established stars, the ones with the million-dollar sponsorships and a legion of fans. But Kai, he didn't have any of that. He didn't come from a background of well-established influencers or industry contacts. He came from a place that a lot of streamers don't: the grind. Kai Cenat built his empire on the simplest thing: a personality that's undeniable. Unlike a lot of streamers who rely on flashy graphics, overproduced content, or a polished brand, Kai's magic lies in his authenticity. He's the guy you could imagine hanging out with at the corner store, cracking jokes that are so ridiculous you can't help but laugh. And if he's on the mic, you'll probably hear some of those same jokes again. Why? Because they work. His style is raw, unfiltered, and completely off the cuff, and that's what his audience craves. But there's more to it than just being real. Kai knew from day one that engagement is king. When you're streaming, it's not just about playing a game or chatting into a camera, it's about creating an experience. He made his fans feel like they were in the room with him, like they weren't just viewers, but participants in whatever insane thing he was doing. Whether it's his wild pranks, outrageous dares, or random no-holds-barred commentary, every stream feels like a roller coaster that you're terrified to get off. It's chaos, it's unhinged, but that's exactly what draws people in. This isn't some one-off success story. No, Kai didn't build his empire on the back of just one viral clip. This guy's streams are the viral clips. He didn't wait for his big break, he took it. When everyone else was worried about how they could build their followers up gradually, Kai went all in, burning the script and rewriting it with reckless abandon. When he wasn't streaming games, he was streaming himself. Just himself. Talking, reacting, cracking up at memes, pulling pranks, pushing boundaries. And guess what? People ate it up. And you can't talk about Kai without talking about his stunts. One of his most famous moments, the legendary subathon. You know, the one where he broke records by streaming for days straight, in an unyielding attempt to push his viewership to new heights? While other streamers were worrying about making the perfect edit or ensuring their streams were flawless, Kai was out there, turning his channel into a non-stop entertainment machine. You've never seen content like this. He was basically a live-action TV show you couldn't change the channel from. But here's the kicker. This wasn't just about pushing views or making more money. No, this was about establishing a brand, a culture. Kai was more than just a streamer. He was the face of a movement. The idea that anyone can come into the streaming world, throw their hat into the ring and make it big isn't new, but Kai made it believable. He made you want to watch him. In a space where people talk about being influencers and engaging with the audience, Kai was the embodiment of that concept. But he didn't just give you content. He gave you his content, his humor, his chaos, his everything. And you felt like you knew him. But let's not get it twisted. This wasn't a lucky rise, not by a long shot. The thing about Kai is, he knew exactly what his audience wanted. And when the pandemic hit, it was like giving someone a match to a powder keg. People were stuck at home staring at screens, and what better way to break the monotony than watching a guy who could make a simple Twitch stream feel like a live event? There was no better time for Kai to break out, and when the opportunity came, he jumped on it without hesitation. Here's the thing about attention. It's not something you get once and then it's yours forever. You've got to work for it, and Kai's been grinding since the jump. His consistency is key. Sure, some of his content feels chaotic, even a little wild, but there's a method to the madness. He knows that every moment counts. When you stream like this, you don't just get to turn the camera off at the end of the day and call it a job well done. No, you've got to keep the engagement rolling. You've got to keep the fans invested, keep the jokes coming, keep the energy up. Here's where things get interesting. Kai didn't just take what was working and run with it, he revolutionized it. Ever notice how some streamers make everything look effortless? That's what Kai did. He took chaos and gave it structure. And that's not something that's easy to do in a space where everyone is scrambling to get ahead. The difference between Kai and other streamers? While they were trying to navigate the landscape worrying about partnerships and sponsorships, Kai was busy turning his name into a brand that spoke louder than any sponsorship deal could. Now let's talk numbers. Because let's be honest, you can't be the most powerful streamer in the world without having a ridiculous number of viewers. Kai went from a relatively unknown entity to dominating the streaming charts in record time. We're talking millions of subscribers, massive engagement rates, and fans that are more like a cult following than just casual viewers. His name is everywhere. Mention his handle, and people instantly recognize it. It's not just a Twitch channel, it's a movement. And before you even think about trying to replicate his formula, let me save you some time. You can't. There's no quick fix to being a Kai Cenat. It's not about jumping into the streaming world and hoping for the best. It's about finding your niche, understanding your audience, and going all in and day out. That's what separates him from the crowd. Kai didn't just get lucky, he worked. He worked harder than anyone else on the platform, and it shows. But here's where we drop the mic. While some streamers out there are obsessed with their brand deals and sponsored content trying to walk the fine line between their fans and their paycheck, Kai Cenat doesn't give a damn. He's not afraid to be himself. He's not trying to fit into a mold. And guess what? It's working. He's the most powerful streamer in the world right now, and if you've got a problem with that, well, you can go ahead and keep your polished content and your million-dollar sponsorships. Because at the end of the day, Kai Cenat is making it big by being real, and that's the hardest thing to do in a world full of fakes.